Hello, guys. Ooh, okay. Hi. Hello, 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 everybody. Happy new week. Long time no see. I hope you guys are doing well. How we doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm gonna give you a few seconds for y'all to join, but welcome. I hope you guys are doing well. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Monday. Happy new week. Happy Monday, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the live. Let me pull up my notes, y'all. How you guys doing? Let me know in the chat how you doing. How you doing? Hello. Hi guys. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. We are just starting out. I'm giving it 20 more seconds. Just let me know, where are you joining me from? Let me know in the chat, where are you watching from? Where are you watching from? Let me know. Oh, from the UK. Hi, 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 hi from the UK. I hope you guys are doing well in the UK. I hope you're doing great. Welcome, welcome. Is it me or? Oh, here we go. My screen was super dark. Okay, awesome. Hi, hi from the UK. Hello from the Gambia, Smiling Coast. I hope you guys are doing well. So today, let's jump right into it. Oh, I wanted to pin a comment. Wait a second. Okay, here we go. Okay, put it right here. So we are talking about money today. Uh, we are talking about money, relocation, all the things. I'm pinning a comment. Uh, okay, here we go. I'm doing well. Thank you. I'm doing really well. Okay, this is pinned. Oh, who is here? Somebody's knocking at my gate. Hold on, guys. Hi, guys. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What about, was about to watch? Oh, really? Awesome. The last one. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a subscriber. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. All right. Okay, guys, so let's jump right into it. So it is a Monday afternoon. It's about what, 7 o'clock here in the Gambia. And I was thinking about, because one of the I spoke to someone today who scheduled a call because they watch our videos, and they wanted to know um, one of the questions. So they live in Europe, and one of the questions they had was, ideally, we would love to relocate, we would love to be in Africa. They have young kids, but the question is the money, right? How do we? And she scheduled a call because she was like, I need help. I understand that you're a coach, you help people. How are you doing it, and all the good stuff. So I said, you know what? If she's wondering that, I'm sure everybody else, not everybody else, but I'm sure a good portion of the people watching the channel are also wondering the same thing. So wanted to talk about the biggest question, the biggest challenge, which is always, I want to relocate, but how do we make money? What does that look like, right? So if we're on the same page, if this is helpful, you want to hear more about that, give me some hearts, some thumbs up. Let's I was gonna say let's make this trendy, but yes, let's give some hearts so other people can know that we are live and they can jump on and be able to get this information as well. All right, so I have my notes because I want to cover a lot. I want to make sure that I answer your questions and that I give you value as well. Okay. So, in terms of money, when it comes to generating money and relocating on the continent, the thing that I share with my clients, so by the way, in case you all don't know, my name is Sandra. I'm a business coach. So, I'm not a YouTuber. Let me say that. I'm not really a YouTuber. I'm a business coach. I've been a business coach for the past 7 years, working online, helping women specifically turn their gifts into a profitable business, something that they can use to have a laptop lifestyle, relocate where they want, live the life of their dreams. We're going to drop, I don't think any of my team members on here. So I'm going to drop the link to our coaching website in case you want to book a call. Institute.com to book a call. Okay, so that's what I've been doing for the past 7 years. All right, past 7 years, that's what your girl has been doing. Maybe what, 9 months ago, decided to get on YouTube and take it seriously. I had been on YouTube here and there posting, but not necessarily taking it seriously for the potential that it had. But 9 months ago, I met with one of the top French speaking YouTuber of our time. His name is Philippe Simo. If you're a French speaking person, you may have heard of him, you may know him, but he's big in French Africa. If you're just joining, welcome. We are talking about making money in Africa. That's one of the, or how, what does that look like for you to be able to make 10K? Oh my gosh, my dog. Spot, go. Who let you off? Oh my lord. I have a German Shepherd, guys. Okay, you know Philippe Simo. Absolutely amazing. So he's a family friend. So when I met with him in the US back in June of last year, he said to me, "Are you crazy?" My husband and I met with him. He was having an event in Maryland. And he said to me, "Are y'all out of your mind?" And he said, "Y'all need to absolutely start your own YouTube channel like yesterday. Start a YouTube channel specifically about making money in Africa, relocate to the continent." Because we're telling him we get so many questions every day, everywhere we go. And he was like, "What are you doing?" And so I started this channel in June. And so here we are, right? 9 months later, we've grown the channel to what, 1,600 subscribers. We have, like, it's grown. And the reason why I started the channel, guys, is because when we're thinking about relocating, so the background story here, like I said, I'm a business coach. I had my coaching business already established in the US for about 2 years when we decided to relocate to Africa. Okay. So when we decided to relocate to Africa in 2021 is when we made the move. I already had my online business. If I did not have an online business, we probably would not have been able to afford to relocate to Africa. My husband was in IT, and therefore it was COVID time. He was able to take his job with him. So he was still working full time here, but remotely. And I had already been working online. And so the move was simple and easy for me because I literally just picked up my laptop and nothing changed. One day I was coaching in the US, the next day I was in the Gambia, and I was figuring out my internet. And as soon as we got the Wi Fi, I was back to coaching. I probably lost 2 days. I probably lost 2 days of work, if that, when we moved. And so, but everything I saw online, I couldn't find information about how do you run a seven-figure business. I'm talking about a business that's bringing you 50, $100,000 a month. How do you run a proper business like my business on the continent? I couldn't find that information. I could find information about how to start agriculture, how to start farming, how to start a manufacturing business, but not an online business. And I think that's a missed opportunity. So when I decided to create my channel, I wanted it to be about make money in Africa. Now, I don't have a lot of expertise on how to start a poultry, on how to start an Airbnb business, but I have a ton of expertise on how to start an online business, on how to build a team remotely. So when I moved, I had one team member. Okay, and she's been with me for 5 years now, full time. 6 years. The first year she was part time, and I had it. So it was just her. Now we're a team of seven, and growing, right? And they work full time, and it's an all woman team located in Nigeria. So my business has exploded in terms of having more support, meaning we can give better value, better client experience, and everything is happening in Africa. I want y'all to understand this, right? That I have a team of women located in Nigeria that are helping women all over the world, but mainly in America and some in Europe, run their $1 million businesses. Let me say that slowly. The reason I share this, guys, is because there's a lot of you that could be doing the same thing. To hire an assistant in Europe or in America, let me talk about the market I know well. If I wanted to hire an assistant, I'm not talking about a project manager. I'm not talking about a tech. I mean, my team, my first hire was a developer, right? She's our tech, she's our operation manager. She is incredible. If I was hiring just a personal assistant in America, I'm looking at $45,000 a year. If I'm hiring somebody to that is a developer, I'm looking at $120,000 a year. For most small businesses, you are not able to run a business with you're just not able to hire that because your business is not bringing that much in profit. So when you are looking at Africa and building your business in Africa, I want you to understand that it also allows you to hire talent on the continent. I don't see a lot of videos talking about it, talking about how to hire talents on the continent, how to have that talent be able to interact with your US based clients, how to train that talent, how to run that business online. You know, it's interesting when I was talking to my dad, who is an entrepreneur, both of my parents are entrepreneurs, and he runs his business in Cameroon. And he said to me, it is unimaginable to be able to have a team in another country from where you live and for them to be as efficient as my team is, right? But it is important in 2026 for you to be aware of what's possible. So many of you have skills or can learn skills that you can do online. If you could have an online business that you could run from anywhere in the world, how close would you be from your dream of relocating? That is the question. If you're just joining us, welcome. We are talking about how do you make money in Africa with African talent while your clients are in Europe, are in the US, so that you can get paid in US dollars, in euros. I've never had a client on the, well, I've had one local client here in the Gambia, okay, just one, but I wasn't seeking it out, right? So, a lot of the time what's missing in the conversation, guys, people think that if they're relocating they have to start a poultry, Airbnb, they have to start all these businesses that are going to require a lot of capital to start. The beauty of an online business, most online business, guys, is that it doesn't require a whole lot of investment to start. It doesn't. If you wanted to start an Airbnb, meaning buy the property, you're looking at a minimum, even if it's in Gambia, at an 80, $90,000 investment. Okay, that you got to put up front. Most people don't have $90,000 they can put up front. Most people don't, right? Most people don't have 90,000. If you want to start a poultry business, I have no idea what those numbers are. But those things require investment, require a long time to wait. So if you are buying a brand new building here in the Gambia and it's 90,000 and it's going to take 3 years to complete, because maybe you even need the 3 years to be able to gather your money, you are 3 years away from ever even generating your first dollar. maybe 3 years before you break even. So you make that money back in 4 years. So we're talking 7 years. Most people don't have that amount of time. And so we are talking about how can you build an online business. If this is helpful, guys, give me thumbs up and hearts and all that good stuff. Drop it in the chat for me. And I'll take questions here shortly. So most people cannot afford that. But what a lot of people have is skill sets that it can translate. Earlier, I was talking to the lady from Europe who had started two businesses in Europe. And so she has built in experience when it comes to business. So she could be an incredible business coach. Earlier, before that, I was talking to a woman who was in real estate in the US, had about 20 years of real estate experience, and therefore, and she wanted to coach other real estate people. She could have that business ready to go in less than 90 days. My team can do it in 8 weeks. When you work with my team, in 6 to 8 weeks, you are live and you are out there generating revenue from the comfort of your home. So I've been running my coaching business for 5 years from the comfort of my home, from home, using Gambia Wi-Fi. I mean, it does what it does sometimes, but I've been running it for 5 years. So, what skill set do you have that you can leverage and turn it into something? Most people have it. Most people have it. Most people have been gathering information, and you may not think it's a big thing. There's somebody I know who ships container to the Gambia all the time, and he's been doing it for years. Could he not coach other people on how to start a shipping business? Absolutely, he could. And he's been wanting to move to the Gambia, but his number one question is, how would I make my money? Because with the shipping business is great, but he has to be in the US. A lot of the businesses, and the problem is for a lot of people who are considering moving to Africa, you don't know if it's going to work. And so part of the challenge for most people is, what if I move, go start this poultry business, and I don't like the place after 2 years? So now you're stuck in this vicious cycle. You are having to be certain of things that you can't be certain of. For us, it was easy to be like, if it don't work, we can go somewhere else. Doesn't work, we can go somewhere else, because our business is literally our laptop. Can you imagine that? Being able to run a business. I've closed deals, guys. I got some videos of it. I've closed deals at the airport. I've closed deals in France. I've closed deals in Europe. I've closed, I mean, in the U, you name it. I've closed almost everywhere. In Bali, I was just in Bali last year. Nothing changed except my time zone. I can tell you, I was like, maybe we can spend, I was thinking, I was like, maybe we go to Bali for like 6 months. No, the time zone difference was not in my favor. It's too far out. It's 12 hours from the US. And so, yes, I closed deals while I was there, but it wasn't fun. But that's it. That's the only thing I think about or need to think about. That's it. So as I'm talking to you guys, clients are sending emails, work is happening because it's still 2:30 p.m. in the US. Just got an email from a client. What did she say? Did she say it was good? She's trying to log into something. So I got distracted. Okay. Somebody on the team is going to look at it. See, I got distracted because I have my phone. If this is making sense, please put making sense in the chat for me. Put making sense in the chat for me. Put making sense in the chat for me. It's making sense. Okay. Oh, Molayo is on here. Hi, Molayo. How are you? Give it thumbs up, hearts. This really helps, guys, so more people in our community can see this. So now, when I started coaching 7 years ago, almost eight, I didn't even tell the team that we are celebrating an anniversary of when I walked away from my full-time job. But when I started coaching as an African woman, there was not, I didn't, first of all, I did not even know what coaching was. I didn't think people would pay for coaching. I didn't think people would pay me for coaching specifically. So if you're like, coaching, what is she talking about? I get it. I get it. But I have coached 700. I had never checked for the exact number, but I've coached over 750 women so far. Build their online business. Your clients can be from anywhere. When I was talking to the client from Europe, I was like, oh, I need to create a link for her currency for payment. You get to work. The world has changed. The world has changed, right? So when we are talking about relocating to the continent, the converse, you don't have to become a farmer. Okay, even though with the price of eggs, uh with the price of eggs in the Gambia and the price of food, one might want to look into it. But you don't have to become a farmer. You don't have to open up a hair salon. You could do those things, but you don't have to. Could you start your own branding firm? Could you start your own website building company? Could you start your own coaching business? Could you start your own school, your own online school? Could you? There's so much you can do online today. Let's not even talk about what AI helps you do. And there's still so many of my people who are not playing the online game and who think, oh, no, 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 when I relocate, my only option is a brick and mortar thing. It's not. Now, granted, we have a security company because we are diversifying our revenue, but best believe that my primary revenue is still, over the last 7 years, has been coaching and having online courses and providing solutions to small businesses. If this is helping, please give this some hearts. If this is helping, please drop some hearts. We also, there's a link for you to book a call. So we only specifically only work with women in our coaching program. So if you're a woman who is watching this and you're saying, Sandra, I've never considered it, or I've considered it, becoming a coach, but I don't know how to go about it. I don't know how this will work, how I can travel with it. The thing is, a lot of people talk about laptop lifestyle, but not a lot of people are living it. I'm going to say that again. So when I got into coaching, what they sold to me was the laptop lifestyle. But my coach wasn't living it. My coach is still in the US, right? So very few people are actually living it. So when we're thinking about moving to Africa, I was scared. I was like, child, I don't know how this is gonna look. I don't know what we're gonna do with time zone. I don't know what I'm gonna do with electricity. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the internet. This might ruin my business. I don't know how what my clients are gonna feel about me not being in the. Although it was an online business, but I had never seen somebody actually running a seven-figure business from Africa. So I had my own bias that I had to deal with. Like, are they going to feel like it's a downgrade? What is it going to look like? How do I explain power outage? How do I explain? Like, I was so concerned. I was so concerned, guys, which is why I wanted to do this video and why I created the channel, to share with you that it's not only possible, it's the right move. It's the right move for you to consider hiring from the continent because there's so much talent, so much talent. It allows you to be able to afford to do that. So just to give you some ideas of my team makeup, okay, the first person I hired, and again, I say that to say the first, I don't, hiring staff does not build your business. So I have a client who has made $300,000, that's US dollars, $300,000 as a brand new coach in 18 months. And she did not have, she didn't have any staff supporting her the coaching side of her business. She ran it based with the infrastructure we help her build. So system and automation can allow you to grow your business by leap and bound. Okay. So I'm sharing what my team makeup is, not so you go and hire a bunch of people, because if you hire a bunch of people without the structure in place, you're wasting money. Oh, thank you so much, Epic Motivation. How are you? And thank you so much for always watching the videos and commenting. I appreciate you. Um, but my team makeup, which I could never afford to have if I was in the United States or if I was hiring from the US, is I have a operation manager who is in charge of all things tech, building our website, building our clients' website, their funnels, their system, their, I mean, the things that we build for our clients. We had one client who was running a $3 million business. That's $3 million business on a system we built for her. Okay. So I have somebody for tech. I have a client experience person that handles all our client experience, which is top tier. Okay. And I'm so sorry. I'm sure the video is grainy. It's getting dark, sunset, but I wanted to be outside. Um, so client experience person. I have a social media person who handles Instagram, our LinkedIn. We were on TikTok, but we stopped. So all social media she handles. I have somebody for YouTube who edits the videos for YouTube. So shout out to her because we have 3 channels, guys. So she edits those videos for us. I have somebody for, I'm missing a few people. Who am I missing? So I said social media, I said YouTube. I have a project manager that manages the team. I used to do project management for my team, and so that was an incredible hire. I have a personal assistant, and I'm missing somebody. Who am I missing, guys? I'm missing a 7th person. I forget. I forget who the 7th person is. I can't think of. Oh my gosh. I have somebody. Thank you. I have someone over the school. So we have the Outlast School, which is my nonprofit arm of my business. It's called the Outlast School. It's a leadership, it's an online leadership school for girls on the continent where we teach them leadership skills. So that makes 7. Okay, thank you. Incredible team. And I live in Gambia and they're all in Nigeria. Every single one of them is in Nigeria. And we run this like a high tech. I mean, Google has nothing on us. We have daily stand up meetings. We have end of the week recaps. We have monthly, we close our books every month. So we have monthly report. We have monthly state of the mission where we set up what that month focus is going to be. We start with a yearly. This year was the first time that we had a yearly roadmap for the whole year. Every quarter we just had a quarterly review. So what did we do in the last 90 days? Did we hit our numbers? We have KPIs. I mean, it is top tier. It is ran like a well-oiled machine, and I'm not in Nigeria. I've not been to Nigeria in like a year and a half. Okay? But it is ran like a well-oiled machine. And so there are a lot of outdated information about what is possible. Technology has changed, and people will be like, "Oh, you have to be present." There's so many reasons why people are worried about moving, because they feel like if I move, I'm moving for freedom, but I'm going to be locked in having to go to this farm every day and watch over. You don't have to. You can run an online business, and you can run it well and efficiently. In terms of time zone, a lot of my team member interface with my American clients and do it great. One of my team member runs our daily calls with our clients. One of them runs twice a month a training on social media for my clients. Okay. So the talent is there and it's incredible. Are you watching from Dallas, Texas? Hi. Hi, it's Texas. What's the weather like? We used to live in Frisco. So wanted to give you guys some behind the scenes. Probably should do more videos talking through that, what that looks like. But wanted to talk about that because I feel like it's missing from the conversation, and you don't hear those opportunities. Okay, so let me open it up for questions. Please drop your questions in the chat. Drop your questions in the chat, and we can get this show on the road. And let me see. I had some questions too that were asked before. Let's see, my people. Let's see. Oh, that's the wrong place. So, a few just technical questions around payment. How do we get paid? Could people in the US, in Europe still pay us? Yes, because my company is a US based company. So we can take payments from a lot of countries. A lot of countries. Europe, US. I don't know about Africa. I've not looked what payment method is available from Africa. But I've had clients actually on the continent join my coaching program and they sent Western Union. So that was one of the questions. The one of another question was around, do we make the same amount of money? Have I found that I make the same amount of money now that I'm here compared to when I was in the US? I've not noticed any difference. The move has not lower our revenue. It actually has made it better because I have a bigger team now that can support growth. Drop your questions. Another question was around internet. How does that work? So I'm currently using Gamtel right now for internet. It's been great today. It has its moment, but it's been great today. And my clients at this point know that if I get disconnected, it's not a big deal. I'm coming back, right? Like it's not the end of the world. They know that they talk to each other during our weekly group calls. They'll just talk to each other and be like, "She's coming back," so they know. So that has not been as much of a problem as I thought. Again, it's my own business. When my husband was working remotely, it was much more of a problem for him, right? Because how do you explain to your boss every 5 minutes you keep getting disconnected? Like that doesn't make no sense. So that was more of an issue for him than it is for me. There was another question about software, what tool we use. We use a tool called High Level, is the name of the tool. Incredible tool. It's an all-in-one tool, really good for online businesses, actually even brick and mortar, because one of our client was a brick and mortar and she was running it using High Level. So High Level is 99% of the software that we use. It's incredible, it's robust, it can do most things that you need up to probably getting to that $5-10 million mark. Awesome. What questions do you guys have? Please drop them in the chat for me. Watching from Germany. Oh my gosh, awesome. Hi. Guten Tag. That's what you say. Ich, ich bin Sandra. Am I correct? That's all I know. That's all I know in German. What other questions? Uh, there's a question around whether what my kids think about relocating. I just shot a video with my oldest, an updated video with my oldest as he's getting ready to graduate from high school and move abroad, move to Europe for college. I shot an updated video asking him how he feels about now looking back, right? Like this journey is done. He's weeks away from being done. And how does he feel about it? So that's an incredible, very interesting, because I never know with that child what he's going to say. So it's always very interesting recording a video from him. I learned a whole lot. So that's coming up. Y'all can hear from him. Highest renting system in the Gambia. It's fine. The renting system is fine if you have somebody reliable on the ground that can help you facilitate that and can go visit the house and make sure that what they're describing online is actually what you're getting. But it's fine. I didn't find it overly difficult. But you definitely want somebody on the ground to double check before you send any money and a contract. That's a great question. What other questions, guys? Please drop them below. There's no bad question. Drop it below and I'll answer as many as I can. One of the question here was, what would you say to someone who wants to move but whose partner? Child, it's getting cold. Yo, it's been like 70-degree. It's been like in the 70s in the evening. That's cold for me. I don't know where y'all are at. So I got my blanket. Child, it's like, what's going on? Okay, let me read. So the question was, okay, here. What would you tell a woman who wants to move but whose partner is hesitant or whose family thinks she's making a mistake? That's really challenging, guys. That's one of the number one thing we hear when we travel. Um, Somebody is always telling us to talk to their spouse. So either the husband will say, talk to my wife, I will move. I would have been in Africa if it wasn't for her, talk to her. Or the wife is saying, I would have moved. I want to have the maid and I want to have staff, house staff and house help, but he doesn't want to. And that's really difficult, y'all. I don't know that is an easy answer or that I even have the answer on how like you convince your partner. Like, I know it took me a while. It took my husband almost 9 years for him to convince me to like be like, okay, I will move. He would have moved 9 years before we ever moved. But I was like, nah, it's not for me, dog. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know how you I don't know. I don't know how you make somebody believe in something, right? Like, I think what helps, I think the biggest question people have again is how are we going to sustain that lifestyle? Nobody wants to suffer. I don't know that, your spouse wants to necessarily stay abroad, but part of the reason is probably them understanding how we're going to be able to afford it, which is why this conversation is important. How do you afford it? Because if you could show your spouse like, hey, listen, you see this $10,000 a month, I got 60,000 already saved up because I started this business. It's bringing X amount and it's going to continue bringing me that amount when we move. I think it makes for an easier conversation because the conversation is like, if we don't like it, we can always come back, right? It's not affecting anything. It's not changing anything. Then it's an easier conversation versus, I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to move. We're going to see. We're going to pray. Then folks get nervous. How can someone make a business in the Gambia tourist system? I would advise scheduling a conversation probably with Andre. We're going to put the link to his site. He has consultation. He's really good at talking through what that could look like for you. So we'll put his website. It's buildafricanow.com, I believe. And you can book a session with him and he can walk you through specifically what that will look like in terms of the tourism, because that's really broad, right? When we are talking about tourism, and Gambia is a big touristic place, but it's also seasonal, because during raining season, most businesses close. They completely close, and so I would say it's like with any business, you got to figure out what's your unique unfair advantage. Are you going to come here and do another restaurant? Because there are so many of them, right? What's going to make you stand out? What's going to make you unique? Walking through that becomes really important. But most importantly, how are you going to market? I find that a lot of the time people are building these businesses, investing so much money building these businesses. How does that work? So making sure that you have that marketing strategy and that you are clear on what's going to be unique. And being unique doesn't mean being unique can simply mean that you're offering something other people don't. Right? Like one of the things that we are doing with our security company is our unique selling point is that you can get us on the phone. Because I'm going to tell you this, getting people on the phone just to book them. Like you're like, I want to hire your company. Just getting somebody to get back to you is difficult. It's getting dark, guys. I might have to go inside, but it's difficult here in the Gambia. So your unique thing doesn't have to be this crazy idea, oh, I'm going to have an app and all these. No, it can literally just be better service, faster service. Oh, I'm a preschool teacher and really want to move back home in the Gambia, but I have doubts if I can really succeed in online space. Okay, listen, wait a minute. If you're a preschool teacher, Fatumata, there's a huge, okay, there's a plane, high plane going over. So wait, okay, give me a second. There's a huge need, Fatumata, for education in the Gambia. When I say a huge need, I mean an extreme need. There's still nothing for children with special needs. Nothing. If your child, I think somebody tried to do that, but she moved back to the UK. So if your child has special needs, I'm just giving you a segment. I'm not even saying you got to go the special need route, but if your child has a special need or difficulty learning or anything like that, what we gonna do? There's so much need. I'm telling you, there's such a need in the educational space. Is not even funny. So if you're a preschool teacher, you don't have to do the online thing, even though you could, depending on the age group. So my kids, they're a little bit older. They're not preschool. My youngest is 10. But this company I'm telling you about, Blooming Kids House, which is an incredible resource. We're going to drop, can we drop, oh, and if you're still on here, can you drop Blooming Kids House website on here? This is a Nigerian based tutoring company. And she used to be a teacher in Nigeria. And her niece in the US was having a hard time. So her sister was like, I can't with your niece, I cannot. So she said, let me tutor her. And so she started tutoring her niece. Then a friend of her sister was like, can you tutor my child too? Can you tutor? And so now she has hundreds of teachers and she's running this online tutoring business from Nigeria, and all of her clients, most of them are in the US. We are one of the few. Child, y'all, can y'all see me? It's so dark. We are one of the few that are actually on the continent. And people, I mean, because she can charge less than what hiring a tutor in the US, a private tutor in the US will cost. She's booked. So it's an online business, but it's leveraging her experience and her expertise already. So there's that route, but there's also the route of coming here and creating your own preschool. Guys, most preschools in the Gambia are in somebody's compound and in somebody's house. So you could rent out a bigger house than what you need if you wanted to live in the same place where your school is, and you dedicate some rooms for your preschool. And you could make a killing, especially if you're good at what you do. So I hope that helps. So Tomato, let me know if that helps. Let me know if that helps. And if you want to book a session specifically to talk about that, we should put the link to our website. Is Oyen still on here? Let me drop the link. For all things just business and relocation, I'll drop the link here for my paid consultation. Hold on. And if you want to become a coach, I'll drop the link for that consult as well. Question was, which month is good to move in the Gambia? We are helping a family move and they've picked March. I think it really depends on what's happening for you. They pick March because they have young kids. So there's a lot of factors. For people that have older kids, you may want to do summer, even though summer is raining season and that's not the best, most exciting time to move to the Gambia. But you may want to consider having your children wrap up school, right? Let them wrap up school and then you move. If some people look at, if they don't have kids, they look at when is my rent, if they're renting, they're looking at, okay, my rent is due April. I don't want to have to sign for another year. So I'm going to move in March. So there are many factors that people use to determine, but there's not specifically a season that is the best season. I would say December is busy in the Gambia, so it can be quite busy and all that. And people are in party mode. So maybe not December, but there's not really a bad time. It really is based on what makes the most sense for your setup. Let me know if that answers your questions. And if this is helpful, guys, please give this thumbs up, likes, hearts, all the things. Likes, hearts, and all the things. And I'm sorry if it's dark. I don't feel like moving. You said I even have a master in special needs. Really? And you're in Sweden. And I think I've heard that you guys' education system is really good. I'm happy to hear your feedback. Oh my gosh, are you kidding? I don't know how to explain it to you. There's such a need for good teachers. With your experience, the amount of money you're about to make. And education is one of those core things, right? Like parents would do anything. You hear people not pay for the bag of rice, the latest shoe, travel, restaurant. But when it comes for the education of their children, it's hard for people to like skip that. Most parents, to them, is a priority. What other questions can I answer, guys? I have 7 more minutes, and then I'll wrap it up. Welcome, welcome. If you're just joining us, I'm answering questions all about relocation, how to make money in Africa, all the things. So please drop your questions. You're Gambian. Okay. Even better. Even better that you're Gambian. You can speak the local languages. There's more building trust. It's an asset. It's an asset. Drop your questions. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're just joining us, I am answering questions. It was brighter when I started. We watched the sunset. It's darker now. It's almost 8 p.m. In case you're wondering what's going on. Drop your questions below as we get ready to wrap up. What questions do you have about relocation, starting an online business? What business can you make 10,000 euro in the Gambia? A business that's not an online business? Because if it's an online business, you can make even 50 or 100K from the Gambia or anywhere in the world. Because then your clients are not on the don't have to be on the continent. Because you got to look at people's buying power as well. And I will also say to you, what's your how much do you have to invest? There are businesses, especially in real estate, where people are making that plus more. Imagine that you have a building and you have offices and you are renting those offices for $500 a month or $300 a month, and you have 20, 30 offices and people pay yearly. You can easily make 10,000 euro a month. But how much do you have to invest first? Because building that kind of business, you're looking at 200,000, 250, depending on what you're building. So it's not necessarily what business can make me 10,000 euro a month, is how much do I have to invest? That's where it starts. And a lot of the businesses that will make you 10,000 euro, what you need to invest initially is not a little bit of money, right? So that is the question. That's where I like to start. Usually the conversation is what is my investment? What do I have? I know a lady who just bought a Riyadh in Morocco, and she spent $1 million at a minimum. She said anywhere from 1 to 5 million, and documented it on YouTube to buy a Riyadh. I'm sure she's probably, God willing, going to be making 10,000 euro a month, if not more, from running that hotel. It's a 7 bedroom. I think she said 7 bedroom Riyadh. So again, it depends on what we're working with. If you're able to gather money, right, different people, different investors, or you've saved up a whole bunch of money, then yes, there are businesses that can allow you to make 10,000 euro in the Gambia. Those are physical brick and mortar businesses. What we're talking about earlier is that the opportunity with online businesses is that you don't need $1 million to start. You don't even need 50,000. You don't even need 20,000 to get it started. To then be able to make more than 10,000 euro in the Gambia, that's the opportunity that nobody's talking about. Everybody's talking about farming, Airbnb, and all those things. And those things are good if you have that level of investment, right? And if you choose to want to gamble that level of money into a new market, if it's a new market for you. So now, if somebody tells me, Sandra, I have 20 years of experience, I'm a farmer in the US, I've been farming, and no question, come and farm here because you know what, that's your space. That's what you get what I'm saying. So it's how much money do you have to invest, and do you have previous knowledge of that space? If you've done restaurant, you've been in the restaurant business for a decade, for 20 years, then yes, I'm much more comfortable to say, let's figure out then how we make that 10,000 euro if we can through a restaurant business. But the problem is the narrative online is there are only 4 or 5 ways to make money on the continent, and most people, that's not where their expertise lies. So they're having to take all this money, put it in something, and hope and pray that it works. And that's tricky. But that's a great question. Is that helpful? Sulaman, FYE. Guys, if this has been helpful, if it's helpful, please give me thumbs up and hearts. Thumbs up and hearts. Give me thumbs up and hearts. That goes a long way in helping the channel grow. Goes a long way. Thank you. I see the hearts. Thank you, guys. I see the hearts. I appreciate y'all. Okay, that was helpful. Thank you. These are great questions. I see the hearts. I see the thumbs up. Thank you. Keep them coming, y'all. That helps a whole lot. You won't believe. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. We'll have time for two more questions. Please drop them in the chat as we get ready to wrap this up. Let me say this. I just recorded a video um, about the number of Black women. I think it was estimated 300,000 Black women were laid off. And for a long time, when I used to get on sales calls with Black women, which is who I work with, they used to say to me, but I have job security. But things are changing and the writing is on the wall, right? That what we call job security, it really isn't. And so I'm big on entrepreneurship. And as much as I love shooting videos at the supermarket, I lie, I don't love shooting videos on the supermarket. My life has been about making sure that women have financial freedom. That's my life work. And it's becoming more important than ever, especially if you're watching from the US. I don't even have to tell you. The writing is on the wall. And so when we are talking about relocating to Africa, for a lot of people, it's not just a dream. They're looking for freedom. For a lot of people, they're looking to escape a country, a place that has become a nightmare. But the only way to do that is to be able to have that financial peace. Now, if you are retirement age, we can have the conversation on how you can retire in the Gambia with $600 and still live your best life. Okay. But for most people watching this, the average person watching my channel is in their 40s. You are nowhere close to retirement age. And so, what is the solution? You may not have $300,000 to build your own, whatever, Airbnb, apartment, something, right? And so I wanted to make sure to come on here, and you guys will see me more and more on the channel talk about the fact that you can start an online business as your ticket to freedom. And you want to do it now because AI is here, right? So you want to do it now because the space is always changing. And when you have that freedom, it doesn't matter where you work from. You can work from your home country. You can work from somebody else's country. You can work from Bali. You can work from anywhere in the world you want to. You can choose to not even move, or to live half of the time in the US, half of the time in Europe. You get to choose. So I'm talking to my nurses. I'm talking to my doctors. I'm talking to my business analysts. I'm talking to my project managers. I'm talking to my teachers. I'm talking to my social worker. I'm talking about to all the people who have so many skill set and are sitting on it. Right? The life that you want is within reach. And I couldn't say this 30 years ago. My dad is still baffled by the idea that you can talk to people online and make money. He's trying to understand. Because in his days, this was not possible. But there are a lot of people still on the internet only selling the dream that to move to Africa, the only way to do that is to come here, invest 30, 50, 100, $200,000 before you can move and become a farmer, become a fisherman, become a hairdresser. That's not true. You don't have to do that. You could, because it's good to diversify your portfolio, but that doesn't have to be the primary source of income for you. Because to make $10,000 from the Gambia on the continent, it's not as easy as it's not as let me tell you, it's easier to do it online. It's not impossible, but it's easier to do it online. Right? So that's the message. That's the big thing. That's what you all gonna hear me say over and over and over again. Because yes, it's cute to talk about the price of rice and all the things, right? But that's not gonna help anybody move any faster. Because 99% of the problems and the reason why people don't want to move can be solved if you had 10K, 20K coming to you every month. I promise you that if oh my gosh, hold on, y'all. Somebody is calling us. One of our client is calling us back. Okay, let me decline. We'll call her back. Okay, because I'm hearing a call. Olufumi, can you please tell Debbie that one of the clients just gave a call so she can call her back? I think she called her and she's calling her back. Thank you. Um, so I hope this makes sense, guys. I really want to open up that space because it's not there, and that might make it scary for you. Um, but people are relocating to Bali, living the laptop lifestyle anyway, already. But you don't hear people talking about how they're relocating to the continent. Why not? I went to Bali. If you can relocate to Bali, you can relocate to the Gambia. Do you hear me? What you talking about? Like what? Right? So Africa is also a space for digital nomad. And not enough Africans are playing in the online space. That's the message. And you're not playing in it not because you're not smart enough, not because you're not gifted enough. I coach people that have less talent than you do every single day that are making thousands of dollars leveraging what they know on the internet every single day. Every single day. If you have final questions, please drop them. If you have any final questions, please drop them. And I'll make sure to answer them before I wrap up. Y'all, the internet has been good to us today. Y'all not impressed? The internet has done its thing. Any final questions? Child, there's been a lot of planes tonight. That's another one. Thank you for the hearts, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you for the hearts. Love it. Love it so much. Any final questions? If somebody had a question, if I sat under the light, I know, tell me about it. My husband just asked me. That why am I in the dark? There was a question, babe. Somebody was asking about good business ideas for around tourism.
Um, you tell her that I'm sleeping every night trying to figure out how to conquer tourism.
He's he said that he's trying to conquer tourism as well. is what he said. Thank you for the suggestion. I'm getting ready to wrap up, so I'm not even moving from here. Okay, if there's no other questions, I appreciate y'all for hanging out here with me. Uh, thank you so much for being on here, for watching and commenting. Love you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Stay blessed. And I'll talk to y'all later. See you in the next one. Bye, guys. Bye.